Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Prismata. We're gonna jump in the queue here, and I thought we might get matched. I just watched the game end, but it wasn't this one, so okay, whatever. We're against Yotsuba, 60 seconds, base +8. What's the deal here? A lot of soak. No noteworthy absorbers. Best attacker looks like arms race. Megadrone should be playable, since you'll have like a bunch of energy and stuff. Is there any reason to go 1E? I don't think so. There is a lot of soak, but there's arms race. I don't know. Also, I think you want to get started on collecting green because of cryo rays are going to be nuts against chieftains, right? And chieftains seem like the kind of thing you're going to want this game. Your opponent can probably respond to cryo rays by not getting chieftains, you know, get cauterizers, but they would probably prefer to have access to both. I don't know, maybe with arms race you just settle on an econ of like 20, which is just, I think that's barely enough to get both of these things regularly. But yeah, I think you can get both, because you can get like cots and then switch to like Sibes and chieftains or something like that. Opponent wants a lot of econ. Okay. It's less of a commitment for player 2 to do this, so he might well be right. As player 1, I just felt like it was too much. I want to start getting attack. I don't think the set is that defensive, especially not with Megadrone. But I am going to add a third NG, right? Yeah. I just don't want to go totally crazy on drones. I want to start getting green somewhat quickly, so I can buy my arms races and my Megadrones. Probably a double arms race turn is what I want for my first attacker, since that gets me to exactly 4, which is nice. So if I want to add BBA next turn, that would do it, of course. That's 16, so I'd have $1. What if I did something crazy like this? Is there any reason for this to be good? I could build D1 next turn. I'd end up with an income of 17 instead of 16. Is that correct? BBA is 16. I couldn't go D1, I could just go 1. And I'd still have an income of 16. I'd just have less money. Okay, no, this is not better. Just checking. I will want a second conduit at some point, but I want to get some of these double arms race turns in more quickly. On the other hand, the fact that opponent has managed to be just half a turn behind while being 4 drones up is probably a problem for me. So we shall see. Here's a funny thing. I don't want Megadrone against this, and he does want Megadrone against me. That is a problem indeed. I mean, I could get the Megadrone anyway, but it's going to actually be better next turn, I think. Ugh. I mean, this is kind of a cute thing to do. I at least get a sort of okay Megadrone next turn. I think these Vivids are better to buy than Megas anyway, right? Well, I could cut these two and get another arms race. That's better, right? Spend the same amount, but just get more attack. And float a blue instead of a red. Oh, don't. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. This makes the Megadrone pretty stupid, but honestly, just Vivids is pretty amazing, isn't it? Is it? 2 Vivids. I mean, my opponent doesn't care about his NGs at all. And I'm never gonna get a good Megadrone at this point, right? So why don't I just add my attack this way, and then I can get more Vivids next turn? Okay, it's rewarding him for not defending, but I don't think I can do much about that. Given that I'm doing that, I think this is... Actually, maybe this is better. I don't need a Scythe, I need a drone. And obviously I definitely need more conduits, right? Because Chieftain and Cryo are both pretty important. Might honestly be better to get cauterizers than arms races already. I think both players are going to want a lot of defense quite soon. Just grab more drones. I'd like more conduits, but... like, Vivids are just such a great value proposition that I think you have to. Did I say I'd like more drones? I meant more conduits. That might be what I said, but it's definitely what I meant. This turn it's something like Cauterizer Chieftain. I might need some walls or something, actually. I haven't counted it out, but... well... I mean, opponent's killing, what, 6 of these? So I'll have 13 still, 7, 15... I think, actually, I can just Cauterizer Chieftain. And with that, maybe a Conduit or something? I don't think either of us is going to get up to enough green to really threaten the Chieftains, but I don't know, maybe he'll prove me wrong. The attack numbers are overall looking pretty close, but opponent has a lot more green, but I have more drones. That is, say, more actual drone units, not income. The opponent does have more income. With Polywall in the set, though, maybe... maybe we're not under as much pressure as I thought we were. There's just so much soak here, goodness gracious. I mean, I think he's right. Conduits are amazing. Maybe I was too greedy even getting all these Vivids, who knows. My advantage, I guess, is that I have a ton of NGs, whereas opponent has relatively few. Although, I guess when you shift the half turn, maybe that's not such a great disparity either. Right, this 8 attack hasn't been applied yet, and once it is, I'm not ahead on NGs anymore. But of course, he doesn't really have these yet either, so I don't know. I'm not very good at that kind of calculus. I'm surprised to see him opting for drone here. NGs, huh? Look at that, I can. I think Vivids would probably be too greedy here. I just want another conduit. Okay, I mean, I made opponent get the first polywall. That's something. But of course, one of my cauterizers is getting turned off now. I'm not sure what the point of that is. This leaves me with 6 NGs instead of 7. I think you should keep it. I guess I could have built NGs instead of this conduit and still be firing the cot. I don't think that would have been very great. Am I turning off any of opponent's stuff? I'm not. He gets to fire the cot still. So I think a polywall is fine. And right now I'm keeping alive 2 NGs. I mean, I'd obviously prefer 4. So this. Wow, early chieftain hold, huh? Alright, we made him hold a splitter to keep the poly chieftain train going, but I think he's not very sad about this. Maybe I should have held a splitter a while ago to fire my cot a turn later. Maybe even this very turn I should have... No, not this turn. Yeah, because I was already defending on cot, but... This hurts. Opponent does threaten all of this. I could hold the chieftain early, I guess. I could build a second polywall, but that's pretty exploitable. And he probably won't attack for everything, right? He's attacking for like 4 or 3 less than it looks like. So like, I could do this. Obviously this is not a great gambit, but if I gambit some rhinos, maybe it's okay. I feel like I'm in pretty bad shape, to be honest here. But I think this is the best play I can come up with. I think a force field here is also good to make it easier to keep enough NGs and some rhinos alive when he holds back some stuff. Given that I'm doing that, probably this is better. Like, why keep the rhino, right? Now, I'm keeping 2... It seems like it could be okay. This is keeping 5 alive. Plus my 2 NGs, 6 alive. So I threaten all but 1 of this. On the other hand, opponent's chieftains are still going in my Nards. That's a big, big problem. Actually, all this attacking does nothing right now. I just need to kill the polywall and that's it. So like it would be nice to not lose this stuff, but it's not exactly critical. Likewise, I am sort of absorbing here for 15, so opponent can hold back, well, 3, 7, 9, 10. Yeah, opponent gets to punish this polywall, doesn't he? What if I just build a wall? And like force field and build some NGs instead? Opponent can't really kill anything that critical by holding stuff back, and this way I deny freeholds. And since I'm not doing any damage, I'll hold the chieftain as well, so I don't know, maybe do something with that possible hold. Am I not threatening all of this damage? I guess I'm not really, because like I wouldn't hold this chieftain. Would I? Or I wouldn't click the chieftain. But maybe I would. If I lose it this turn. I think I can actually take this gambit. I'd get 1 absorb, but he gets 0. I'm going to try really hard to click everything here, because I think that's the only way I'm coming out ahead in this relatively bad spot. Wait, what? Oh, right. This chieftain is a threat, of course. So I'm not actually threatening everything, am I? Well, I am. But I wouldn't click this chieftain to get that, I don't think. It's just too expensive. In which case, I should just lose the chieftain right now. But I'm pretty sad, all the same. God, how does he have so much money? This is the worst. I'm just not really doing anything, I think. Like, he's actually getting Tarsiers just to BM me. Yeah, I don't have any play here, I don't think. Do I? I mean, it says I'm attacking for a lot. I don't know, I guess I should stick around. But it's hard to imagine. I guess I'm not. A lot of this is fake attack. Right, he actually attacked for 17. What am I attacking for? I mean, if I do this, 14. If I lose the Rhino, I mean, I can attack for as much as 15, but it's just hopeless. Yeah. I think I just, like, went for not enough econ. I was in a little bit too much of a hurry to get to double arms race, but also didn't really think through. This doesn't necessarily mean I made the wrong play, but I didn't think through how going for normal 3rd NG versus Vivid 4th NG would help me get out arms races faster. How much extra money I would wind up with, right? Like, let's look at the analysis mode real quick here, and I was gonna say we'll make opponent play as if he were me, right? And we can both be player 1 here, and usually that's fine. Like, I just harvest fewer drones and build 1 less drone when you're player 2 to do that, right? Like, if I wanted to have my opponent play a normal player 1 build as player 2, you'd do something like this. And now you both have 8 drones, right? But you can't do that when you want to build Vivids. So I guess what you have to do is this. And then next time... Oh. But I want my opponent to mimic a normal player 1 build, right? I want to see what this line looks like compared to standard 3rd NG stuff. So say we do this. Opponent does this. Sure. I guess you can just build 4 drones here, huh? Okay. And, like, now he grabs the conduit like I did. We also grab a conduit. And then next turn BBA, I guess? Right, opponent also does this. But so it gets me all the arms race stuff half a turn slower. But I'm up how many drones? 23 versus 16? I'm up 7 drones? Okay. This is obviously way better. Unless there's some kind of, like, really rushy thing that punishes you for going 1 EE. This is just 100 times better. I mean, it's a little awkward to not have defense to your opponent's first 4 attack, but they really kind of want to build a Mega Drone anyway. Right? I mean, opponent does this. And you say, alright, you know, come get me. I don't want these stupid engineers anyway. and you buy 4 Vivids. Right? Maybe not. Maybe you just get something like this. You don't want double arms race again next turn, probably, but you do want a lot of green, and you can always Vivid up later, I think. And maybe you do want double arms race, I don't know. But like, opponent grabs the Mega Drone. I don't know. And like, maybe I did something. I don't remember what I did with this. It was just not good. Anyway, so this is just way better. I did not realize the compounding effect of Vivid Drones. I mean, yeah, it's like, I don't know, it just felt like the set didn't justify being super huge econ, but really it does. Like, there's a lot of soak, so much soak. I guess more than that, I was like, yeah, I know, the set wants a lot of drones, fine. But I want to, like, get out the Mega Drone sooner. But you don't really. Like, even on my Mega Drone turn, I was like, wait a minute, should I just buy Vivids? And the answer was no, but it actually looked kind of reasonable. So, I mean, a good like rule of thumb as a newish player is to base your economy size on the largest absorber in the set and figure everyone goes for that, right? Definitely not always true, but it's a rule of thumb that's kind of okay. And you kind of tend to like revise upwards a bit when there's good soak, or downwards when there's good attackers, but like that's a reasonable guess is absorber size. But when there's so much soak, you don't really need a good absorber to build a lot of economy here. And also no particularly good attackers. So I think I just didn't correctly judge the econ size. And so like my bad turn 1 put me in a really bad spot. Then I didn't realize it for a long time. But I was just in bad shape all game. I thought it was kind of cool that like after the arms race, I could make use of the NGs to buy Vivids and opponent couldn't. But, you know, he still had more drones than me because he had been buying Vivids all along. Making better use of his energy than I had, so he didn't mind. Yeah, and I had to buy all these crummy force fields, yeah. It's just like, you know, get behind, stay behind, and opponent did a good job of keeping the Chieftain train going. He cut some things to make that happen, like holding the splitter attack. I don't... When I was doing stuff like this, in this game and in other games, like, notice on this turn I didn't buy a Chieftain, right? And I'm like, well, I guess on this turn I just don't have enough tempo to buy the Chieftain, so I won't. I'll get something else. But, like, Chieftain's just such a high-value unit that I should have done something very similar here, probably, right? Hold back this splitter and get, like, Rhino Chieftain. It's not amazing, and I'm still losing. But, like, this Cauterizer is basically just a wall, so holding it back to defend is not really that meaningful. I'll be absorbing on splitter, since it can actually attack. And this way I get to keep the Chieftains going. Could help a little, but still wouldn't win me the game. Alright, I guess that'll do it for this game. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.